Do not build a house right now. Or is it the perfect time to build a home? To answer this question, we first need to know, is it a good time to buy real estate, or is the housing market going to crash? What will mortgage rates do in the coming months? And how can you time the market perfectly to get the best deal? Because I love you, I'm gonna answer these questions so you can decide for yourself if it's a good time to build a house or not. Make sure you watch to the end where I'll share the biggest mistake most people make when building a house and show you how to avoid it. Then I'll make some recommendations for those of you who want to start the new home construction process. To build or not to build? That is the question. And to answer that question, we need to first figure out if it's a good time to buy real estate. No doubt, there's been a lot of volatility. The market shot up to a point of unsustainability, peaking in May of 2022. But since the peak, home prices have fallen significantly, at least in many areas of the country. In Utah, home prices dropped by more than $100,000. I want to make sure you understand that because most people will not lose their homes, the housing market will not crash. Prices will continue to drop until they reach a point of sustainability, which obviously depends on where you live. In most areas of the country, the market is starting to stabilize. We are certainly seeing that here in Utah. Of course, we're going to see some foreclosures, but most people won't lose their homes because they locked in a super low mortgage rate, in many cases below 3%, giving them a super low house payment. With the large price correction that has already happened, plus mortgage rates that will continue to drop, it won't take long for homes to become affordable again. Data has shown that buyers will re-enter the market when rates drop below 6%. As rates continue to fall, more people will look to purchase a home. This time is quickly approaching as new data shows mortgage applications are on the rise. Rates will likely hit 5.5% by the end of summer and possibly dip below 5% by the end of this year. This isn't wild speculation, it's what the data is showing. By mid-May, most areas of the country will see a surge in buyers. Take all this information and add that we're entering what is traditionally the hottest time of the year for real estate, and it's clearly a great time to purchase a home. But what should scare most of you who want to buy a home is that nationwide, we are suffering from a housing shortage. It's simple economics. Low supply will equal high demand. The housing market will quickly stabilize, and by the end of the year, prices will likely start to increase in many metros. For most of you, right now will be the best time in the next 5 years and maybe ever to buy a home. And right now, for a limited time, you can still negotiate a great deal with sellers. And this includes home builders. Once the market shifts, the deals will be gone. So if you're trying to time the market perfectly, the best time to buy is right now. I strongly suggest that you reach out to a trusted real estate agent in your area to get the ball rolling and to start looking for the best deals. If possible, find an agent like me who has loads of experience dealing with home builders. To sum up, the housing market is not going to crash. Instead, we're nearing the market bottom. Mortgage rates will continue to fall through the end of this year. And if you're trying to time the market perfectly to get the best deal, the time to buy is right now. Sorry about the Band-Aid. No joke, I was bitten by a giant mora eel while in Hawaii this last week. And yes, it hurt. I'm probably lucky to still have my finger. But just like those who are too afraid to buy a home, if I was too afraid to get in the ocean, I would have missed out on some of the most amazing memories like swimming with man-eating sharks, wild dolphins, sea turtles, manta rays, and more. If you care to see what I do on my free time, check out my adventure channel, Traveling Wild. I'll put a link below. Anyway, it's true that the best things in life often come when you push through your fears. So if it's a good time to buy, does that also mean that it's a good time to build? The answer? Absolutely. In November, I produced a video, Do Not Build a House Right Now. At that time, there's a lot of uncertainty in the new home construction industry and with mortgage rates. Not to mention, builders were guilty of all kinds of shenanigans when the market was going bonkers. Honestly, I lost a little bit of trust, but things have improved over the last 6 months, and I sincerely believe that right now is the perfect time to build a home. And here's 3 reasons why. Number 1, because building has slowed over the last several months, the cost of construction has come down. You can lock in a great price today and potentially build some equity when builders realize they don't have enough product for the sudden surge in home buyers. Number 2, many builders are offering incredible incentives. Builders may be willing to pay your closing costs or a rate buy down, and maybe both. Or you might get some great upgrades for free, among other things. But when the market flips, those incentives will be greatly reduced or removed altogether. Once again, this could happen sooner than expected. Number 3, reliable data says mortgage rates will continue to drop. Sure, rates aren't the best right now, but when your home is finally completed 9 to 12 months from now, you'll be able to lock in a super low mortgage rate, which will equate to a very affordable house payment, especially compared to those who buy an existing home today or those who hesitated to buy. When you combine these 3 advantages, building a home is your best option, far exceeding buying an existing home, and you'll look like a genius to all your friends. Building a house right now will likely be the best financial decision that you ever make. I'll say it again for those of you who might not have been paying attention. Building a house right now will likely be the best financial decision that you ever make. I strongly suggest that you speak to a realtor where you live and get the ball rolling today. For those of you who don't take this advice, I'm certain that you'll look back at this moment in time with major regret and disappointment when you realize that you missed out on a golden opportunity to build a beautiful house. It's been said that it's always a good time to buy a house, or maybe you've heard the best time to buy real estate is always 5 years ago. Sure, some times are better than others, but both these statements are true. I closed on a home at the end of 2007 just to see the housing market plummet by 33%. It hurt to watch the value of my house drop, but I ended up selling about 5 years later for a profit. Today, that home is worth more than double of what I paid. Home prices have always gone up over time. This is why Dave Ramsey and other trusted real estate advisors are saying, don't wait, buy a house now. Stop listening to the media and your know-it-all friend. I totally get it. Buying a house is scary. It always has been, even in stable markets, but home values have always gone up over time. Real estate is the safest, fastest way to build wealth, as you can see from this chart, which shows the median sales price from homes from 1970 to today. In the mid-1980s, we hit $100,000. Shortly after the year 2000, we crossed over $200,000. Then prices really shot up before the Great Recession. This clearly shows that even if you had horrible timing, like I did, and closed on a house in 2007, that if you'd owned that home today, you'd have insane amounts of equity. At the peak of the market, before the crash, home prices were around $250,000. Today, that same property would be valued at $450,000. That's $200,000 in equity, give or take a little depending on where you live. That's why many of the leading investors choose real estate. Worst case scenario, even if you started the home build process today and prices came down $15,000 to $20,000 more, the incentive the builder gives you would make up the difference. In other words, you really have nothing to worry about. I would only add the disclaimer that if you're not in a stable job or if things are tight financially, you should probably wait. I know that I'm gonna get a lot of hate for being so bold, and many will accuse me of making this video because I'm a realtor and my income depends on selling homes. Not 100% accurate, by the way. If you disagree with me, that's totally fine. That being said, I can say with 100% sincerity and with 100% confident that the information that I provide in this video is accurate. And for those of you that act now and start the home build process, you'll be glad that you did. It's totally normal to have questions. I can't cover everything in these videos or they take too long. Please don't hesitate to ask questions or share your thoughts in the comments section below. Or if you live in Utah, feel free to call or text me directly. If you have a home to sell, I can guide you through that process as well, minimizing your stress for moving. Now, as promised, what's the number one mistake that people make when building a home? It's choosing the wrong home builder. Obviously, there's some great builders, but some just flat out suck. It might be quality of construction or customer service, and sometimes it's both. But it is of the utmost importance that you choose a good home builder. I recommend you watch Do Not Build a Home Without Doing This, or my video on the worst and highest rated home builders in the US. If you're rip-roaring and ready to go, you'll want to watch How to Buy a New Construction Home, the best step-by-step guide for building a home, and the most important upgrades for building a home. I have loads of videos to guide you all the way through the home build process. Not only will these videos save you time and stress, but they'll also save you a lot of money. If you're looking to buy, sell, build a home, or invest in Utah real estate, I get contacted all the time. Please feel free to call or text me with your questions. I'd love to meet you, and I'm honored to serve you. For everyone else, please feel free to share your thoughts in the comment section below. I always do my best to respond to each one of you. If you have a friend or a family member looking to build a home, you can easily text this video to them. And please don't forget to hit the subscribe button below and ring the bell to be notified each time I post new videos. Also, you can find me on Instagram at Ty the Real Estate Guy. If you found this information helpful, please give me a thumbs up. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to ring the little bell below. It'll make you feel good.